Hi, I'm Mandla Lishivha. I'm a journalist, an editor, as well as an author. Now, in the world that we live in today, it's very popular to open up your media outlet, be it news, be it radio, television, songs, and even books, to discover some shocking statements about LGBTQI plus people that are not true. And most of these statements actually often end up leading to violence or informing some kind of violence and discrimination against LGBTQI plus people. So it's important as storytellers, as journalists and news gatherers, to be careful about how we tell stories, to be careful especially about how we report on minorities, sexual minorities in this case, because how we tell those stories can often shape the reality of those minorities. And as storytellers, recognizing that power also means taking responsibility for how we tell these stories. So let's do some myth busting so we can help tell better stories about the LGBTQI plus people. First statement is, people can change their sexual orientation through prayer. Can they? Well, you actually can't change your sexual orientation through prayer. Yes, there is deliverance services or experience that people have encountered, as well as the conversion therapy. And most of these experiences, if anything, bring so much pain and agony to the people who are trying to be cured without any fruitful results in the end, because all the stories I've read, including even my own, about trying to pray the Getaway, does not work. The best cure is for people to be themselves honestly and freely without trying to be cured. Also, being gay, being queer, does not cause any harm in our society. So there really is no need to spend all that amount of time and energy in prayer, praying for people's sexual orientations to change. There is so much in the world that is going wrong, that is happening, that could do with prayer. But being gay, being lesbian, being trans or bi, it's not one of them. Second statement is, LGBTQI plus people are capable of having long-term loving relationships. Yeah, you guessed it right. We are capable of long-term loving, healthy relationships because we are also human, like everyone else. Flesh and blood. We have flesh and blood. We might like lipstick and boys, but at the end of the day, we are humans. We're human beings, and we love, we deserve love, we need love. And so, yes, we are capable of long, healthy, loving relationships. And just follow, there's a lot of couples on Instagram that I follow, and sometimes in media, you'll find a couple, albeit they also go through divorce like every other couple. But there have been a few examples here and there in the media of couples who are in long-term loving relationships and have also served as inspiration for some of us to also aspire to that, because that's not something we're taught, and so as a result, we don't have a model or a reference through which to make sense of that love, but you bet we're capable of it, and you bet it exists. The third statement is, sexual and gender minorities experience higher levels of violence and discrimination more than any other part of the population. Is that true? Or is that a myth? Well, that's true. And my opening remarks are testament to that, because all this misinformation, all these incorrect, dangerous ideas that are being spread about LGBTQI plus people as being dangerous, as being a punishment from God, all of those ideas do result in us experiencing more discrimination, more violence, and more text, So that's why it's all the more important that we become careful about how we tell stories when it pertains to sexual minorities, sexual and gender minorities, because not reporting correctly could result in violence, and often does result in violence, if not reinforce the violence that we already experience. Fourth statement is, every society has sexual and gender minorities. Lesbian, gay, trans, bisexual, intersex people exist across all racial lines, across all ethnic groups. It's not a thing that is only exclusive to the white community, the black community, the Indian community. It's a universal experience across all social groups. So yes, it's true. Every society has sexual and gender minorities. Statement number 5 is, same-sex attraction is caused by evil spirits and witchcraft. I've heard this one a lot. What do you think? Myth or reality? Myth. This is definitely a myth. Sexual attraction is not caused by evil spirits, is not a punishment from God. It is a beautiful thing. I can tell you as a guy who's attracted to other guys, that it's a beautiful thing for me to be able to love another guy like that. And it's not caused on evil spirits. And I think, if anything, this is one of the most dangerous assumptions or myths that exist out there about the LGBTQI plus community, because it paints us as the devil, as evil, as the bad guy, only because of who we choose to love. Statement number 6 is, gay men are more likely to abuse children. Am I more likely to abuse children? No, I am not more likely to abuse children, and gay men are not more likely to abuse children, and this fact has been proven incorrect over and over again. It is not based on any kind of real numbers or reality. It's just a dangerous myth that is propagated to cause gay men to appear as evil people so they could be attacked. This is not true, and it's a very dangerous statement to ever make. Statement number 7, homosexuality is a mental disorder. Not true. And I mean, the World Health Organization used to categorize homosexuality as a mental health disorder, but that has long changed. And even they have come to the realization that they were wrong. Homosexuality was never a mental disorder, and that it was categorized as such for very discriminatory reasons. So, yeah, I am gay, and that is not as a result of me having a mental health condition at all. I'm gay and loving it. Statement number 8 is, people are LGBTQI because they were abused as children. No, this is not true. This is not a reality. It's a myth. Everyone, many more people are likely to have been abused, whether they were queer or not. Everyone experiences abuse. Abuse is not only exclusive to LGBTI people. And if it were, we would be the only ones who've experienced abuse, but there's so many people who aren't LGBTQI plus who have also experienced abuse. And what do you say about those people? So it's not true. Statement number 9. If a lesbian woman has sex with a man, she will be cured. Again, not true. It's a myth. A very dangerous one while at it. It is this myth that is really at the heart and root of what is called corrective rape, because lesbian women are killed and raped every single day because men feel like if they are raped, they will be corrected and they will start being attracted to men. That is dangerous. It's stupid, because if anything, it's likely to make one repelled from being attracted to men. Last statement for the day is, are you ready? A trans woman is a woman. Yes, this is reality 100 to 100%. A trans woman is a woman. And the suggestion to suggest otherwise is violent. In this world we live in, people determine and are clear and honest about who they are, what their gender expression is, and that is not something that should be dictated to by society, by even if it's community, even if it's your closest friend, priest, or therapist. That is none of your business. A trans woman is a woman, and that's that on that. To question people and second guess who they tell you they are, who they say they are, is to choose violence. And as a storyteller, as a journalist and news gatherer, that's a dangerous thing to do. Okay? So don't do it. Okay? Now we have gone through 10 statements that I have distinguished from myth to reality, so that you can get a better sense of some of these ideas that are perpetuated about LGBTQI plus people. And hopefully you've learned a thing or two about myths that shouldn't be propagated, about ideas that shouldn't be included in how you communicate, how you tell stories about sexual minorities. Thank you so much for watching.